what is at stake for tonight's game? I've been talking up these Bengals all year long. I'm proud to say it. They're like my anti-Raiders take. I told you at 0-2, I'm not jumping off them. I told you before the season this was their division to take.
Yeah, you did.
Part of the reason why is I liked their offensive line maneuvers coming into free agency and out of free agency. I liked them. They've begun to help. They have gelled. And it's just, again, Joe Burrow gets better. You just heard what Josh Allen said. He's like 100% about ball. So if the Bengals win this football game, they wrap up the AFC North, they can print a playoff ticket. The question is for which week? Because it is possible, because they've beaten the Chiefs. That would mean they've beaten the Chiefs. They've beaten the Bills. They've beaten the Patriots. They've beaten the Jets. They've beaten the Steelers. Name a team that's in the playoffs. Okay? They've beaten the Titans. So they've been the most battle-tested. They've gone through this incredible stretch in November and December against some stout opponents. And that would mean they wouldn't lose a single one of them. 8 straight wins they'd have. And then you got the Bills, who could basically be like, okay, we've beaten Mahomes and we've beaten Burrow. And guess what? 1 seed. How does that taste?
You like that?
You like that, right? Because the Buffalo Bills are sitting there right there in the 1 seed. The Bengals helped put them there. And it's all good in that hood for the Buffalo Bills tonight if they win this game. They get that much closer to the 1 seed. So that's what's at stake. And so is, by the way, the final game of the year. The 2 games on a Saturday. The NFL last couple of years came up with an idea. Okay, we'll now that we're playing an 18th regular season week, we're going to utilize the fact that there's no college football. We're going to take 2 games and place them on a Saturday, and they'll help set up Sunday. Well, this year, there really wasn't a lot of choice for them. And I don't know if NBC said, we don't want part of the AFC South championship game. Like, that's not game 256 or game, what is it now, 272. Yes. Okay? That's not game 272 now. Especially because the Jaguars can still make the playoffs as the 7th seed if they lose to the Titans. 2 AFC South teams can make it. It's entirely possible.
We don't need that.
Because here's the deal. If New England loses to Buffalo and Miami loses to the Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers lose to the Cleveland Browns, even with a loss to Tennessee, Jacksonville would win the tiebreak among 8 and 9 AFC wildcard hopefuls based on conference record. So you don't want to have them already clinch a playoff spot going into the so-called win-or-go-home game. You want to have a playoff game. And I guess that and the fact that they feel like maybe the country's not tuning in to see Jacksonville and Tennessee as the final game. Certainly with Joshua Dobbs starting for Tennessee, they just weren't into it. So they're putting it on a Saturday night, and that'll be great. And then you got the Chiefs and the Raiders. The problem is if the Bills lose tonight, right? If the Bills lose tonight, then the Chiefs might be able to wrap up the 1 seed. It's kind of dicey. Well, bottom line is this. You're not going to have a de facto winner goes in, loser goes home playoff game for the final game of the year. So Bengals-Ravens number 2 kind of looks like it. If the Bengals might need the 1 seed, or if the Bengals lose tonight, if the Bills win tonight, for instance, then the Bengals would need to win that game in order to win the AFC North. It would be for the right to win the AFC North and be a 3 seed or be the 6 seed.
Right.
Or 5.
I'm only into that as the last game if Lamar Jackson is playing.
Which we don't know. John Harbaugh already said he doesn't know if he's practicing this week. And also, it looks like if it is 3 and 6, if the Bengals lose and it's 3 and 6, they're going to play each other the next week. I mean,
yeah, you can't.
I don't know.
Can't put that in.
I'm thinking it's entirely possible if the Bills win tonight. Bills-Patriots final game. Because
Pats need a win to make it.
Pats need a win to make it.
Bills
Doesn't
need
matter
a win
what
for
happens.
A 1 seed.
Right. Bills need a win for a 1 seed, and it's either the Bills or the Chiefs. The Chiefs are sitting at home.
Yeah.
rooting for the Patriots, oddly enough. That's the way it kind of looks to me right now. So if I had to bet on what the final game of the year is, it's going to be Bills-Patriots.
Pats lose by 30.
I think the country would tune in to watch that. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.